I'm moving, hence the empty shelves behind me, but that's not really the point of this video. About 2 weeks ago, I finally got my copy of Dear Mr. Potter from the Harry Potter Alliance. I immediately tore into it, read about 2 letters, and then had to stop because I was crying for how beautiful the letters were. The letters these people have written are truly beautiful and touching, and so I figured since Harry Potter has been a part of my life for half my life, it was time for me to write a letter to Mr. Potter as well. So here it goes. Dear Mr. Potter, when I was 11, my mom brought you home to me. I was an avid reader, and she had heard that you were just the best thing to come out of children's books in a very, very long time. But initially I wasn't that taken. I really tried to read you. I distinctly remember getting to Hogwarts and the Sorting Ceremony, but I was really more into the Full House Michelle and Stephanie books at that time. There really is no accounting for taste. So I gave up. I'm a little ashamed to admit it, but it wasn't until the first movie came out that I, again, took an interest in you. I mean, the trailer just looked so exciting, and there was this really cute ginger boy in it that I kind of had an immediate crush on, and I just really, really, really wanted to see it. And so I did. And then immediately afterwards, I ran home and dug out my copy of Philosopher's Stone and dug right into you again. And I was captivated. I quickly tore through your first 2 installments in spite of the fact that my dog had decided that Chamber of Secrets was going to be a chew toy and the book was in less than pristine condition. And then I got The Prisoner of Azkaban at Chapters from book sale, and I went to Costco and got Goblet of Fire and quickly worked my way through those, and then the waiting game began. My walls were covered with Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint, and I wrote letters to both of them and never got a response, and I had Harry Potter pajama pants that I made with a matching Harry Potter pajama cap. I spent way too many hours on Snitch Seeker, secretly, because my mom truly believed that forums where axe murderers found their next victims, and so I was sort of banned. But it didn't really matter because I just really, really, really loved talking about Harry Potter all the time. I had Harry Potter parties with one of my best friends. My mom made us lightning bolt shaped cakes, and on the day your 5th installment came out, we got the book and spent hours laying on my trampoline reading. We got the worst sunburns on the back of our legs because we couldn't stop reading to go inside or to put sunscreen on. For your 6th year, the strongest image I have is me at 3:30 in the morning in a tent with a blanket over my head, a flashlight pinned against my shoulder, trying not to cry too loudly when Dumbledore died because I didn't think my mom would appreciate me waking her up. I remember tearing through your 7th year on the way to New York and then immediately starting again once I finished because I didn't want the magic to be over yet. So no, I never seriously thought about what house I would be in. Although considering now, Hufflepuff. And proud. I never listened to Wizard Rock, and I never went to LeakyCon. I never made a trip to London specifically just so I could take a picture of myself at platform 9 3/4. Although really, if I had the money, I totally would've. And I never truly believed that my letter from Hogwarts would one day come. But to you, Mr. Potter, I just want to say thank you. You were there to help me say goodbye to some of my best friends when I was leaving Australia. You were there when I was an awkward 12-year-old. That didn't have any friends. You were there when my grandma was dying and I was sad. You were there every year of my life for the past 11, whether I wanted to read you forward or backwards. Thank you for having a world that is so vivid and so complete that I am able to lose myself in it for hours at a time. And thank you for making it cool for generations of kids to read again. And most of all, thank you, Mr. Potter, for being my friend for these last 11 years. I would say I'm sad to see you go, but I know you'll always be there. Love, Liz.